This is how you upgrade the caster turret traps on Reckoning, and you can actually upgrade them up to tier 4 that give further and further abilities each time. First of all, you obviously need to have the power on the map, so in order to upgrade it to tier 1, you first of all need to turn on the caster traps on the map 5 times. It can be literally any of them, so you could turn on all of the ones available on the map at once, and then once they cool down, turn on one more again, or you could just be doing the same one over and over. It's really up to you, but that would obviously be the quickest way. You don't need to get any kills with them or have it on for a certain amount of time like we previously thought. The caster traps can be found in the Dark Entity Containment, as well as the Quantum Computing Core. There's a couple next to each other. You know you've completed it because you will get this quote that the memory has filled up.
Error. Memory full. Upgrade capacity to continue learning.
After you've gotten this quote, when you kill zombies, a hard drive will drop that you are then able to collect. You now need to head to the Quantum Computing Core if you are somewhere else on the map, or if you're already here, and buy Melee Macchiato. Similar to the main quest, you can then go up to this machine and melee it with Melee Macchiato, which will open up the brain, and it will reveal 3 different slots for 3 different hard drives, and you are able to insert the one that you have received. Essentially what this is going to do is it's going to begin a process where you need to defend the hard drive for a certain amount of time from being attacked by zombies. However, it has a lot of health, and it's only time gated as well. It won't spawn in zombies. So the great thing is, if you're in a multiplayer game, another player in your game can just hold the final zombie and keep it away from you. Or if you're in a solo game, you can again just keep a final zombie and you can just keep throwing decoy grenades to try and keep it away from it. Or shock charges as well. But it's up to you. I guess you could defend it if you want to do so, but it's pointless when this is the easier way, of course. If you do for whatever reason fail this step, the hard drive will just pop out and you will just have to do it again. You will know you've defended it for long enough because you will then get this quote.
Systems online.
After which, if you go up to any of the caster traps on the map, they will now be upgraded to tier 2, and they cost 500 essence each time, and they will now be more expensive, costing 850 essence each time, and they will now shoot blue ether beams instead of purple ones, and you are now immune to the area of effect damage when it actually shoots on the ground, as the regular version damages you when you go in the shots. So this time, in order to upgrade them to tier 3, you basically have to complete the same process, but it's a little bit longer, because instead of turning on the caster traps on the map 5 times, you now need to do them 10 times. So once again, you could just activate all 4 on the map twice, waiting for the cooldown in between. That'll be 8 times, wait for the cooldown again, and activate 2 more. Or I guess you can just do the same one over and over. But like I said, this is obviously by far the easiest way. And once again, you'll know you've finished because you will get the quote saying the memory is full again. Once again, you need to kill zombies, and then you will get a hard drive, and then it's the exact same process as before. You need to go over to the Quantum Computing Core and insert it into the exact same machine, into the second slot this time, since there's obviously 3, and you then need to defend it. But once again, just have a teammate hold the zombie, final one, or if you're in a solo game, use decoy or shock charges on a final zombie to keep it away, or manually defend it. Whatever's up to you. A cool tip for this as well is if you escape to one of the jump rifts to bounce between the towers, or you use the ether elevators, the zombies will not attack the machine, so you could just leave a final zombie, run off to that, but it might be slightly riskier because they could attack in the meantime. But a good tip there. Once again, you'll know you've completed this because you will then get this quote.
Zone of fire increased.
So now all of the traps on the map are upgraded to tier 3, and they will now cost 1,200 essence instead. And now the damage output of the trap is going to be much larger. It's going to have much wider zone of fire range on it. Finally, to do the tier 4 upgrade, you now need to turn on the traps on the map 15 times. So you can turn them all on 3 times as you're waiting for the cooldown in between, wait for the cooldown again, and then turn 3 more on, after which you just need to kill zombies until a hard drive drops, then repeat the same process, head to the T1 computing core, insert the final hard drive into the 3rd slot into the machine, and once again you just need to protect the machine from the zombies, or just have someone holding the final zombie, etc. Once it's been done for long enough, you will get this quote.
Hostile neural adjustment system enabled.
And that's the final upgrade. If you now go up to any of the caster traps, they will now cost 1,550 essence, and they will say tier 4 on them. And the cool thing now about this final upgrade is it has all of the effects from before, and it will also create brain rot zombies as well, which includes elites, etc. So this is really great. Obviously, it is a tedious process. You will probably go into the latter 20s or the mid 20s or even into the 30s, depending on how quickly you do it. But this is definitely worth doing, especially if you want to camp out by the entity containment, and this is where you want to be for high rounds. You're probably going to be using this trap anyway, so you might as well do this along the way. Anyways, hopefully this guide has been useful. Thank you for watching. Plenty more to come.